This is Mara Gwen. I'm back now on the studio, DNA News Live broadcast in Atlanta, Georgia. Good afternoon and good evening to everyone. Join me at the moment to come to discuss on the issue of the militant. The militant who are claiming themselves that they belong to Dr. Machar and Jonathan. These rebels, they've been in ruling territory for almost 10 years. And they are not being removed to be integrated into the national arm or police. Their presence in Wunku is a threat to the livelihood of the people of Wunku. It is time now for us as the citizens of Ruin to call upon the government of South Sudan to look into this situation of the rebels. Those rebels, if the country is in peace, has their leader, Riek Machar, the vice president of the country, first vice president of the country, then there's no need for her to still seeing him have a separate militant. There is a no for him to have a separate military in the country. So join me at the moment to discuss about this. Here is the link for those of you who want to join. There is the link, and we play the music if you would like to.
kalone yin man yo the ban du the yin man yo the tan ya the yin man yo the chan boy the yin man yo the tan ya the yin man.
All right, that is a very wonderful song. I love this song. So don't get bored whenever I play this song. This song has a lot of meaning. We can learn from it. Now, for those of you, hold on. For those of you who are at work at this hour, you can join me here in the studio. And the topic is right there running on the screen. It's about why the militant who claim themselves they belong to Riek Machar and Jonathan Ulrich. Why are they still in Unku when the country is in peace? Whereby the leader of the rebel is now the first vice president of the country. And Jonathan Ulrich had, 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 has been given issues of what do you call that, amnesty. The, the president of the republic has given amnesty to join the government. If he's not joining the government and he still call himself those militant in Unku belong to him, how they still there when the country is one? So this is what we need to come and talk about it. And we want the government of South Sudan to get this message clear. The people of Unku, they need to go home. The people of Unku or the citizen of Unku, they need to go to their county so they can develop their county. You cannot hostage them for no reason. Those militia of Dr. Riek Machar, if Riek Machar is not planning something else and he is there for peace, he has right to direct it, all those militants to be interrogated into the national army. It is simple like that. It's not that hard. That's what we want you right here in the studio to come and talk about it. I had a show yesterday about it, and I repeated the same topic: why those militants are still in Wunku. Ruling is a free zone forever. You know that. All South Sudanese know that. Ruling is a free zone forever because we don't have any son of Ruling who took up arms against the people of South Sudan. We don't. If we have those, we call them the hotel rebel. People who rebel in the hotel and join Riek Machar and Sangak. It was not because they want to go and fight, because they were run out of money in the hotel. The hotel were asking them to pay the fee for the rent, and they were not able to pay. That's why they rebel in the hotel to go to Fangak. So you cannot count those people on our behalf as ruined people. These are individuals. They didn't have a gun. They didn't put on a uniform. They didn't put on the boots. They just rebel in a hotel. So there's no reason the government of South Sudan we be blindfolded not to see the reality. So join me in the studio if you understand the importance of this. The link is right there for those of you who are free. While I'm waiting, let me keep playing something. Thank you. That is a lovely song. Lovely song with the slide pictures. Can you play this again? One more.
bai kun chal yang ni wun bang pa turu wun ka chwe lak da wun ku bai turu wun je la kian
Thank you. That was a video from Wangolwaliyak. You have heard the song, what the song said, and not everything the song said I will interpret. The song said, she buy the coin my buy, ladin the buy the gel buy the jet buy gel pia. She buy the kuma, kauna bin. She buy the kuma, the ladin the coin did nam lao video, nam lao video. She buy the kuma. In kind kuma, really like a top kuma, really quite so. King Yadi Kenneth by Ring Masha by President. Country with 5 by President. And they are not able to do the right thing for the country. So why, if we are one country, why we still have those militia isolated in ruling land? This is the question I'm asking each and every one of you. Either you are a supporter of IO, you are a supporter of the government. The IO is in the government. Really is in the government. Really is the fed by president. So why should those IO are still isolated themselves? It's Riek Machar who is not capable to let them to be integrated into the national army, or a private agenda that we don't know why they stay there to do what? If the government, telling the truth that there's a peace in the country, those IO militants they should be integrated into containment area, not in Wunku. Because Wunku it belongs to the people of Ruwen. And the citizen of Wunku, in South Sudan, every citizen they have their own county. They have their own payam where they stay. So it's not right for those militia to be occupy the town. They need to be removed. They need to be taken where they're supposed to be. If they still have that influence of IO, take them where the IO belong. You know where IO belong. And if you want me to tell you, I can tell you. IO belong to Dr. Riek Machar. And you know where Dr. Riek Machar is from. Riek Machar is from Lair. Riek Machar is from Bantu. Let him take those killers and those looters IO out of Bunku. We are sick and tired of them. They cannot sit there. They're cutting trees. They contribute into the security, because as a community we can say where the insecurity come from. People who come and take the cattle at night, people who come and take the cattle in the daytime when the cattle went for grazing. Community could cry up and down where they come from. But if it is cattle raid come from Jekeng, and then people will know only one direction. But if you still have a militia in there, in the area, how should know to conclude the insecurity caused by this and that? So the people can categorize them as the source of the insecurity in the area. So I'm sending this message to the government of South Sudan. If the government, as people say it in their song, the government always listen to concern of the citizen. Now, if I'm not wrong, the citizen of Wunku, they're asking the leadership of Ruwen for them to talk to the government to take out those military. I'm not talking about 3 or 4. This is a really huge number They have military weapons, they have military hardware, and they are staying there. For what? For what? It's President Key is scared to tell Young Machar integrate your unit, or Young Machar is scared of Key if he integrated, is supported. You think he gonna go away? Why he's still there? Nobody kill him since he joined the government. Why you think negatively? If the government want to deploy the military in rural land, that is a legitimate. The military could be deployed anywhere in South Sudan, but these are not the military. These are not the national arm. These are the private individual supporters of Riek Machar. And if something happens, these are the people who will turn their back and kill the innocent people, like what they did in Bantu in 2013. What killed people in Bantu, it was the militia of Dr. Riek and militia of General Matip. Those were the militia and their own national arm under the command of James Kong, the one who declared that he's supporting Riek Machar when he had the killing in Juba. These people are not trust anymore. They are not trust. They are not trust. Even if they are the only soldiers who in South Sudan, it is better for Ruing to seek the security from Sudan, because we not trust them those anymore. Those people, they have no nationalist agendas in their mind, only tribalists. Like when the Denga were killed in Bantu. Bantu were the state for two tribes, Denga and Nuer, only two tribes. When something happened from far away place, they turn their back and kill them. We lost a lot of people there in Bantu during that time. The son of Panaro, those who were in the army, those who were in civilian. So if the citizen of Ruwing shy away from speaking up to tell their position, their feeling, their frustration about the presence of the militant of Riek Machar in the area, that will be up to you. If you shy of telling the government, because if the government is the government of South Sudan, it's the government for you, and as the community, you have right to tell them, we don't want this. Last time, the people of Madinga will, they tell the government they don't want the unionist soldier to be deployed in their community because it caused a lot of insecurity, and it's caused a lot of doing something and not the interest of the people of Awil. And after they send their message, they tell their message right away. They have to move. They move. Did the government arrest the people of Awil now? No. That's what the government always looking for. When something is raised into government attention, the government will take the measures to solve the problem. So in 2022, we don't need to hear that those rebels are still stationed in Unku. They need to go. They need to go. And this is the topic for tonight. If you want to come to talk, come to tell us what you think. Is it you agree or you disagree? Yep. You see now, like these activities, this traditional dance that you have seen, the people of Wunku, they have missed it. They missed this opportunity. They're not doing it anymore because they're scared. They're scared about the presence of this military because those people, they are not served to be there because their mental is different. They need to be taken away. So the citizens should go back and play the role of citizen in their own county. Because county needs development, need people there to build their houses, need people there to prepare the land for the rain because the rain is coming. The rain is coming. It left only 4 months for the rain to come. So it is time for the government to clear the area, uh, especially Wilco town. We don't need soldiers to be deployed in the city. City is for civilians, it's not for military. Unless the country people are crazy, unless the country people don't see how the outside world doing things. There's no soldier should be in the city. There's no soldier should be in the city unless Riek Machar has a planning. If he still has a planning, let him put them locate them somewhere, not in Wunku town. Let them go somewhere else. If he's plan another war, which is I think he will never win that war until Jesus comes. He will never win any war in South Sudan unless all South Sudanese join him together, all the tribe in South Sudan, and for the government. This is where he's gonna win. But when he use only one man from his tribe to fight against all the other tribes, he will never win. If Riek Machar win the war in South Sudan, if Riek Machar win the war in South Sudan, then you will ask me later on with that question. Keep it in some places. If Riek Machar with his Nuer tribe are going to win the war in South Sudan against the 64 tribe, ask me next time. Ask me next time. Ask me next time that question. Last time you said Riek Machar will never win the war, and now Riek Machar win the war, and then we will discuss it later on. But believe me, the man will never win the war. The man is never win any war unless the people of South Sudan all agree with what he's doing. It's where he will overthrow the government. But if he create the war only one tribe to fight the whole country, he will never win. He will never win. He will never win. He's wasted the light of Nuer people. And if you not been following the news, you talk to Bol Brown. Bol Brown said every time on his show, he's telling the Nuer people they need to open their eye and leave alone Young Machar. Young Machar need to go back to his home village of Adap. Because he's a vice president, he's not doing anything. The same position that he rebelled. He rebelled. He was the commander of Zul when he rebelled in 1991. He's the one who owned the Upper Nile orders. The whole region of Upper Nile, it was under his command in 1991, and he rebelled. What did he want when he rebelled? What did he want? And he had all those powers. The whole Upper Nile, it was Young Machar. I mean, the whole Western Upper Nile, It was Riek Machar. Then he rebelled. He said Dr. John Garang is a dictator. He went to Bor and led his supporters, killed thousands of innocent people in Bor. He thought that Garang Mabir will cry crazy and then say, okay, take the country. He didn't win. He went back. He went back in 1997 to Khartoum to join Khartoum and sign a fake peace that doesn't work. Then some years later, he joined Salva Kiir. Salva Kiir put him as the vice president. Then when he was not able to respect what he was assigned for, Kiir demoted him. Then he gone crazy. I'm gonna die. I need to fight to my life. He fought the war twice, 2013. Then again in 2016, he did win. What do you think if Riek Machar keep all those militant everywhere in South Sudan? What do you think those militants could do? Nothing. And that's why I'm asking the government of South Sudan to take this militia. Because this militia, they have their own life. They have to be integrated into the national arm. Whoever is capable should be a soldier. Whoever is not able should be a police. And the one that who is not able to serve in both should go back to his luck because they have family where they come from. They can go and stay with them instead of isolating them apart from the rest of the country. They need to be to be deployed, not to stay isolated. Because when they stay isolated, they still have that conception. They know themselves they are the killers. They can kill anybody they want to kill. Because IO, what do you think about IO? IO is the organization of one tribe who want to kill people who are not from their tribe. That's what they did in 2013. That's what they did in 1991. What you don't understand? They did not fight like rebel when we fought the North as a rebel of South Sudan. So Riek Machar rebel, he never fought to liberate South Sudan from who? And we liberate ourselves from the North. That's why we get the country. So President Key stopped being scared of Riek Machar. Tell Riek Machar to execute his order as the vice president, as the leader of the IO, for those IO soldiers to be evacuated out in Ruwen. As citizens of Ruwen, we are sick and tired, we are sick and tired, we are sick and tired of, of such a direction, of not telling the truth to the people of Sudan and South Sudan. If they are not a part of South Sudan, if they are not the rebel of South Sudan, then let them exit out in the territory of South Sudan. If they are not the rebel of South Sudan, they need to be out in the territory of South Sudan because you can say you are a country, you have peace, you have no rebel, and you still have a group of people with weapons, with tanks, isolated in a peaceful community. Why should you deploy them there? Why you should not deploy them in Bantu? Why you should not deploy them in Pangak, where they the stronghold of the IO supporters? Why you deploy them in Ruin? And I said it so many times. We don't have no son of Panaru and a Lord who took up arm against the people of South Sudan. If we have some, this is what I call them, the hotel rebels. People who rebel out from the hotel because they were out of money to pay for their rent. And the government was not giving them the money. That's why they ran away to join Riek Machar, thinking that they will come and loot the country. That's the reason they rebel out in the hotel. And if you disagree with me, you will tell me who took the gun among the IO who called themselves supporters of Saban Dengai within Ruwen. You could tell me who put the uniform, military uniform on him, put the boots, who took the AK-47, who tell me one. If I miss it, who? None. You have people who call themselves an IO on the internet, on the telephone. But when the IO called to go and fight the government, they did not join an IO. How you call them an IO? They're not an IO. Those are the money chasers. They're chasing the money. And after they did not catch the money, they disappeared. You don't see them now. There's no an IO claiming now again in Ruwen. No IO anymore. So since there's no more IO who claim themselves, the people of Ruwen, they need to send one message, started from here where I'm talking. Send this message to President Kiir, Riek Machar, the four by president, that the citizen of Ruwen, they're asking your leadership to withdraw the militia who are in Wunku in 2022, so that the civilian of Wunku, they should go back to their town, so they can start develop their town. They can start develop their town through doing little things. They can build their own houses. They can run small business like that. Instead of scaring them out to be away from their land of ancestors, that is not fair. Take that militant somewhere else. If there's no place in South Sudan, take them somewhere else. Take them to the community where the IO are majority in. IO are majority in the Nuer community. Take them there. They can go and steal their belonging there instead of stealing our belonging here in Ruwen. They need to go there. What you don't understand here, when you deploy a militant in a community where there is no militant, how fair is it to you? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Lawu biwa rumba buwa we na bai wenchal yange ni wun bang pa duru wuno kai kwe lakda wuno kumbay duru wuno nyela bian Akuma daga jiwali ama ama jiwaraki Upana jenga namla Dedi kusani yewe defa Akuma daga jiwali ama ama jiwaraki Upana jenga namla Dedi kusani yewe defa Bye. Tumbe tumume Noli yadu jawa kuitene juwo Tunega bang Atumbe tumume Noli yadu jawa kuitene juwo Tunega bang Ewe yenta jefi Ajarum de yawai jaman yawalbi Yali yajiwa kamtuwa mani tuwa Bajula walial Tolkai na ula bituwa Tuduwa bikwang nuwadam Itire tege sola baga tuwang maya bikwali Tekuyu kon yawi jok jok yusole Ya terwene ya yendo wale tuwang we mangalwal Kon we mundene ngabe ya kama Papa gdile tuwang Lawu biwa rumba buwa we na bai wenchal yange ni wun bang pa duru wuno kai kwe lakda wuno kumbay duru wuno nyela bian Akuma daga jiwali ama ama jiwaraki Upana jenga namla Dedi kusani yewe defa Akuma daga jiwali ama ama jiwaraki Upana jenga namla Dedi kusani yewe defa Bye. Tumbe tumume Noli yadu jawa kuitene juwo Tunega bang Atumbe tumume Noli yadu jawa kuitene juwo Tunega bang Ewe yenta jefi Ajarum de yawai jaman yawalbi Yali yajiwa kamtuwa mani tuwa Bajula walial Tolkai na ula bituwa Tuduwa bikwang nuwadam Itire tege sola baga tuwang maya bikwali Tekuyu kon yawi jok jok yusole Ya terwene ya yendo wale tuwang we mangalwal Kon we mundene ngabe ya kama Papa gdile tuwang Lawu biwa rumba buwa we na bai wenchal yange ni wun bang pa duru wuno kai kwe lakda wuno kumbay duru wuno nyela bian
All right. Thank you. You see that what we want to see in our area because we are a loving peace community. We don't need no war. We don't need all nonsense. We need our people to be happy so they can enjoy their life. They can play their tradition. This is what we want. We don't want people fighting over us who own ruin, who should not own ruin. People are fighting over us, and they did not fight over us during the Civil War. You know that if you are from South Sudan, during the Civil War, we were isolated since 1991 until 2002. Till 2002, when the peace agreement is studied, it's where you will hear the news from John Grant. But since 1991, we were isolated and we were defending ourselves. We did not join Riek Machar, and this is what the man is still hungry on us. He's still hungry on the people of Ruwen. That's why when there's something good for Ruwen people, Riek Machar don't like it. It go a different direction. He's been claiming us all those years. Iowa should be given to Ruwen. And his Iowa were the one killing Ruwen. And he's not given apology to the people of Ruben. That's what I call it. Our people are very stupid. They are stupid. They're forgetting something bad happened to them. Ringmacher should have not said anything about ruining people because he killed us in 1991 and he still is movement. Iowa, it used to be called Brigade, from Brigade to Nyagat, from Nyagat to Sim, from Sim to Iowa. These are the same bullshit people. Excuse me. They're the same useless people. They changed the name and they've been fought the war of non-stop with the people of South Sudan. They never win. Majority of innocent Nuer people died after this man called Riek Machar. And people still don't realize it. People think they're gonna get something good out of Riek Machar. Really destroying you. And that's why I want the people of Ruin not to associate themselves with the rebel. Because anytime they are not happy with the government, they can do something and then they turn their bottle against your innocent people, like what they did in 1991 when they declared war against John Garang, and that's what they did in 2013 when they declared the war against Salva Kiir. These people are not trust anymore, and I can tell them this word in the daylight, like you see my face here. They are not trust anymore because they never give an apology for what they have committed. Last time, Riek Machar give apology to Nyandeng alone, Ting Garang Mabir, and they say to give apology to all South Sudanese because during 1991 I was in Kapoida. And the people who were recruited to go to board in my own hometown of Panaru, 27 Judge Amr, they were put in Eno, in Amir of Kapoida. They went to board. 27. They went to board and they didn't come back. They meet the Paru Kapai. Apart from Mr. Bargazal, because in 1991, Judge Ahmed Ukan took a majority can wallet Bargazal, majority can wallet board. Those who went to board, they didn't come back. It was in this Ringmacher. Again in 2013, our son of Panaru, who were on the tank, our son from Bargadal, who were on the tank in Bentiu, they were killed. They were told to go to the UN compound. And before they reach the UN compound in the middle, people kill them in the middle before they reach the UN compound. That's what happened in Bentiu. And it's the same guy now who Malaysia are claiming themselves they are belong to him. They put them there in ruin. If something happened like what happened in J1, they're gonna respond and say they're supporting their leader. And people think Riek Machar is the bad one within the Nuer community. There's a lot of bad ones like it. It is because you didn't know them yet. That's why people think only Riek Machar is the bad guy. There's a lot of bad guys in Nuer community. Because it is their DNA. Reckless thinking is their DNA. Where do you think they get that DNA from? It's their DNA. Like the same DNA with the Denga people. People think only Kir is a failure guy in the Denga. There's a lot of Kir like a lot of Denga like Kir. If they come later on, people gonna say Kir was better. Every generation they have bad people, and they have good people, and they have weak people. Every generation. So I'm asking our brothers in UN and our brothers on the other side, they need to have the government. It's not right for Ruin to have an isolated IO militant to be present in Wunku. They need to be integrated into the national arm. They need to be moved into the containment area because Ruwing is not a containment area. Ruwing is not a containment area unless Riek Machar is planning another war. If he's not planning another war, people in the government, the the the, the chief of staff, the minister of defense, they should ask Riek Machar why those soldiers are still there. Now with the dry season, they can move their tank. If you deploy them to go to Fangak, they can drive their vehicle now because it's the dry season. If they want to go to Bantu, they can move now. They can go to Bantu. This is the right time in 2022. Now, I called some of our members to come and talk, but now nobody showed up because when we tell the truth, people don't come. If I was insult number, if I was make insult people in this show, people can come. But while I'm telling the truth, that's why nobody comes. But do I care? When I'm sure I'm telling the truth.
Weng dia la to be a chen piu. Kura ke che ba mo ka e piu chi we e biterol di. An chi piao diao. Kwa ni ba ka cha e piao. Kake man kan wa tin ko yu je tim chogo na. An chi piao met. La no de ka tin ba cham tin. Chi ka ja ma ka de biterol ko. Abida mo ba ke. Kan we de piu ba de. Kan be der yan ban chat bi ting bit bien chat ka 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 nga pe wen rut ti nga we ga dam ka we ba de jang lo yi bit gerol dun ena lo yi ba wa ki nga nya dam ko mi ka ko re ki kana chiri man den nyar nyar ne ka de den di da wo ku ku be di ko di ko ko de to wa kana cha go lo kwa di abita ro na chem kai koko an mu ko ji tanar nga yesu ko so bandi da
Yeah, you heard from that woman. Because now people, when you heard people in South Sudan talking about ruin, it's only oil. When people talk about ruin, oil, we have petrol batana fi ruin, we have petrol batana fi ruin. Ma petrol bagul, we have not batana fi ruin. You see now the people of Aline, they've been crying all these years because they're drinking a water mixed with the oil. And you saw some of the pictures. We've been talking about this long time ago, 3 to 5 years ago. Since I joined Facebook, I never quit talking about the oil solution. We talk about it, nobody pay attention. So my people in South Sudan, there's no permanent mistreatment. And when you mistreat some people in the minority community, sometimes God will help them in another way that you don't know. Keep treating us like that, but later on, when we come up with a decision, nobody could stop us because we are human like you in South Sudan. We are human. And this kind of attitude is what caused Deng Majok to shift his leadership from ABA to Kordofan in 1905. It is the same treatment now. You Junubin are seeing it and you are not solving it. Later on, the people of Ruang, they have right later on. If the Junubin people don't understand our right, we can take our help to Chuman, Kordofan. Because during the Sudan and Egyptian leadership, Ruang had been taken to southern Kordofan. Ruang had been taken to Bargadal. Ruang had been taken to Bargadal. Ruang had been taken to Kordofan, back and forth. and it was the poor management of the Junubin, especially the Denga people. Is the poor management of the Denga people is what make Denga Majok to take his people from Bargadal to southern Kordofan. The same thing now is still being applied to people of Ruang. We are dying with the oil pollution. Government is not doing enough to make the oil company accountable for the mismanagement of the oil. Government is too weak because the government, a government that its employees are benefit from the oil, and they think if they put the law, then the oil company will go, and then the employees nobody could pay them, or they're not gonna get the money. That's why the government is weak to regulate the oil company. They respect the life of the oil company worker than the life of the civilian who in the area. How many times we talk about it? No orders heard from President Kiir, the president of the country. No order heard from the environment, the minister of environment. Nothing has been heard. People are growing, dying. Do you think that could not let us go back to southern Kordofan in the near future if this continuing like that? And if we go, the oil should go with us. Like when we separate away from the north, the oil come with us. If the people of Ruang go back to the history of 1905, back to southern Kordofan, we will be the people of the north, and the oil can go back with us. If you don't understand that, it's better to treat us better before it happens, because we are human beings. If we keep trying this, it doesn't work. If we trying this, it doesn't work. We can get a leader who can respond like the leaders who are mistreating us. Do you think the art of Viru and added a judgment? Do you think we can get a leader like you who can fight for our rights? Do you think we cannot get it? It is better to treat the people right and take your resource. We don't care about the resource. We care about the land. We care about the people. We don't care about what party is Ruang is belong to, or what party the people of Ruang are supporting. Me personally, I don't care about that. I care about the life of innocent people. And this is what I always crying about. I tell my brother within Panaru, let us all fight together. Kiyen koi ko ka bak pin ten ale ka da le ta ban te ta ban abe kala ka da be ben community akor ki aka le te ta ban ku ta ban alu zit community en kwa chi keti you don't see it achi keti ku ta ban other issues with the people of his own community. Taban nobody like Taban in Bantu, the whole Bantu. Kukeke jo can be Taban by Tichitaban then could be a citizen of Ruin. Let him come as a Taban as an individual. Kachiran Choben. Again, ten politics, the Koiko, Ejo Nya, Bien Koika fan and you'll benefit. Kujon dirty politics, the Koikin, you'll buy, then Koiko, you ben mistreated. In Chak Edi, the Koika, the final, Ma, Koika law. A Chak Edi, you can Chak Edi. Okay, let me come to close the show. But I thought somebody would come, but nobody. I will continue talking by myself until this message will reach to the ears of President Kiir and Machar. This message I will still talking until it reach to the ears of President Kiir and Riek Machar. If the country is under the government has power to unite everybody in the country. If the government said they is in peace with the rebel, then there's no need to have an isolated group. So I'm calling President Kiir to listen to this message. Those militants in Wunku, they need to be taken to other places. Either they can be integrated into the SPLA soldiers within ruling land, do so, because that is better than for them being isolated. Because majority of them they are Nuer. They are Nuer and Chuluk. Majority of them Nuer and Chuluk. There's no Denka in there. If there are some few Denka there, you can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But 95% of those militant in Wunku, they are Nuer. And 5% are from Shuluk. So they need to move. And our people from Wunku, from Greater Jamjang, and the all 8 counties in ruling administrative area. This is the campaign we want to do now to tell the government. Because our place has been in security for a long time. Our place has been in the security for a long time. Give her the break. Give her the break. Give her the break. President Kiir. You guys believe yourself that you're gonna be in that position forever. You are not gonna be there forever. Mark my word. You, President Kiir, Riek Machar, you cannot be a vice president forever. Kir Mayar, you cannot be a president forever. Your time will come. But while you are still a president, you need to play your powers. Play your powers as the president of the country. Because no matter what you do better or you do wrong, people will still call your name. Because you are the head of the state. You are the head of the state. There's no need for your leadership to be pay a blind eye to deal with the rebel in the area. Why you let them stay there? Because these are human beings. When you isolated them, their mind can develop into something different. As you know, these IO, some of them have killed people before. And some of them are there to kill if there is any incident happen. And they are looters and they are killers. They shouldn't be deployed in a peaceful community like the community of rural. They need to be taken, put them in a national arm, or put them in police, or send some home. Those who are not able to be strong to perform the military duties, send them home. You cannot die in the military. When you become older, you go home. You go back to your tribe. You go back to your community. If that is not in South Sudan, we used to have that in Sudan. When you retire in the military, you go home. You come home. The same thing everywhere in the world. When you in the army, when you in the guerrilla war, and you get older, you go home. Or you go to the police. Because police perform a less job than the military. Please don't hostage my community for no reason. Let the people of Bunku go home so they can enjoy their life, like other citizens are enjoying in South Sudan. You cannot occupy one county with a number of military carrying military weapons, military hardware. No, is a no. So thank you for listening and thank you for watching. Please share the video and leave the comment.
biemnam ruweng atumbiag ruweng pawenyatar ruweng atumbiag ruweng atumbiag
Alright, thank you for watching. Please share the video and leave the comment. Bye for now. Have a wonderful night and Merry Christmas.